Hi guys, it's Jeff at Slavens Racing. This video is about how to desmog your 2020 KTM 350 450 EXCF or XCFW or a Husqvarna FE 350 450 501 or 501S. And it's not really a true smog system or anti-pollution system. It just captures the fumes from the fuel tank. So it's a really basic system this year, much more so than it was in the 17 through 19 models. And I'm guessing that that they've gotten by with less equipment on them this year because they've gone to this closed loop fuel injection system with a lambda sensor that adjusts for elevation changes, temperature and humidity changes. So it probably keeps the bike running cleaner, and they've probably gotten around it and been able to pass the emissions laws by having that closed loop fuel injection. That's all speculative. I've not talked to anybody at the factory about that. It's just a guess on my part. And so there's really not a lot to remove this year. And I'm going to just show you how to do it. It's really quick and simple, and we're going to have a really inexpensive kit for doing this. And you can go to the hardware store and accomplish the same thing if you want, but we can make it easy for you by just having a little package of the right stuff, and then you can follow this video on how to do it. But either way, it's going to work. So first of all, I removed the bolt here on this sprocket cover, and you can see I've already loosened this bolt, and I've loosened the one at the other end of the bracket because I want to take this piece out of here. That's just the valve that controls the evaporative system. So I'm going to pull this bolt out. And I'll just lift this up. And I've had guys say they had to take the chain sprocket off to do this. Well, no, you don't have to take the chain sprocket off. The T-handle fits right in there. I already put the T-handle in there and I loosened it up. Now I'm just going to pull it out. If I can see what I'm doing here. Yep. This is obviously not the right tool for the job, but there we go. So I pulled that bolt out. Now I'm going to get this piece out of here. Oh, that's right, I forgot. You got to unplug it first. To do that, there's just a little wire piece that I'll show you here when I get it out. And it unplugs. Okay, so that's out. We'll put that back on there. So these hoses just all go to one of them goes to the fuel tank, and then the other other ones go to the charcoal canister. See if I can get over here. So there's a charcoal canister. This is the bottom of the canister right here where this hose is. And then the top of the canister is right in front of the radiator over here where my hand is. And it's just a long, I'm going to say it's about 8 or 9 inch long canister that fits in there. It's got charcoal inside of it, and it just absorbs the fumes from the gas tank. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's what the feds make them do. And that canister can be left inside the frame, or if you really want to get it out of there, you can take the exhaust pipe, the exhaust header pipe off and slide it at the bottom. At least I think you can. Not positive. I've never taken one out. Second thought, I'm thinking maybe it won't come out that way, but anyhow, I'm just leaving it in there, and then in our kit, it's going to have some little caps to go over those pieces. Let's see if I can get a little bit better picture here. It's down here. Here we go. So I've already removed the clamp on this hose, this little clamp right here. I just slid it back. You just squeeze it with a pair of pliers and slide it back. And then you can see this fixture here for the charcoal canister. And we just provide these little rubber boots that go over that. Yep. Sorry guys, it's not easy to do this stuff and operate a camera at the same time. So hopefully you can see that in there now. Yep, I think you can. So that little rubber plug goes there. Another one is going to go, if I can get focused in here, where am I going here? There we go. So I'm going to take that hose off as well, put a plug on it. So I'm going to yank this out of there while I'm here. Just pull this stuff off. Let me get back to where you can see. Sorry guys, I'm doing a poor job here. And just pull these hoses out. Pull them on down through here. There's nothing real special about how to do this. Then this other one runs to the other side. It runs to the intake actually. So I'm going to have to go to the other side of the bike and show you how to remove that. And obviously you're going to want to put the bolts back in down here. The one here and the one that's back behind here and then the one here. So those 3 bolts, don't forget to put those back in. And then we've also got this connector that needs to be zip tied up to the frame. And I don't know if this is going to require a dongle or not, if it's going to send an error code on the dash. I'll find out at the end of this video whenever I put the tank back on, and we'll find out then together. We do have dongles for that if it is needed. I'm going to put this little piece back in here. So anyhow, we'll get back to this. So that's all you have to do on the left side of the bike. Like I said, you know, this is basic stuff. And then obviously this hose over here, you just remove it. And then you take one of those rubber plugs that's in our kit and you put it on that front, connector at the top of the charcoal canister. All right, guys, I'm going to move to the other side of the bike. Now I'm on the right side of the bike, and this hose comes from the left side of the bike from that control valve and hooks onto this nipple here that's in the intake track. So you just unhook that hose right there, and you unscrew this. You can see I've already got it most of the way out. And then in our kit will be just a 6mm bolt and a sealing washer that goes on there to plug that hole. You could also put a rubber boot over that piece and not even remove it if you wanted. But those are prone for failure because it could come off, or it could, get dry rot or crack from the heat or whatever, and eventually come off and then cause an air leak. So it's best just to plug it. Now when you remove this, it does have Loctite on it, and it unscrews about a quarter of a turn and it starts to kind of bind up. So when it does that, screw it back in, then back out, back in, back out. So back and forth when you hit those tough spots in there. And as you come out with it, it might kind of bind up a little bit, a couple of places. And don't just force it out, because that is brass. It's not all that strong, and you could just twist it right off. Then you'd have a real mess on your hands. Now you have to do it with an open-end wrench, because the access to there, this bracket is in the way, pipe's in the way. It's best just to put a open-end wrench on it right there, and then just be careful. Like I said, rock it back and forth. Sorry, let's get that in focus. Just rock it back and forth until that Loctite kind of frees up, and then just keep on screwing it out. Then put the bolts in that come in our kit, or bolt, excuse me. Or like I said before, you can go to the hardware store and buy something, or maybe you've got something in your stash, in your toolbox or whatever. There's nothing real technical about this kit. And then so that hose can be pulled out through the left side of the bike and removed. And then you can see up here, we've got this. This goes to the top of the, the top. This goes to the gas tank fuel cap vent connector. And then you can see it's got this Y here. It runs down to another bigger tube. And it also runs up right to there. Back up here. There you go. You can see I've already removed that clamp, and I'm going to pull that off there, and I'm going to put one of the caps on there that comes in the kit. So basically you're just removing hoses, capping up the nipples that come out of that charcoal canister, and then blocking off this. It's really simple, guys. You remove the control valve over there on the left. Let's just kind of review that real quick. Remove that control valve. Remove the hoses, cap off the nipples. Remove that brass nipple there and block it off with a bolt. And then after I get the tank back on here in a minute, we'll find out if this thing is going to need a dongle or not. I haven't talked to anybody at KTM about that, so I don't really know. I just figured I'd figure it out. And just by seeing if it throws in an air coat or not. All right, so then we'll move on to the next step of putting the tank back on and seeing what we've got. Tank is back on now, so I'm going to start it up and see if we get an air coat or the check engine light. So, looks like it needs the dongle. Plug the dongle in. I'm just going to leave this wire hanging out here for a minute, but I'll tuck it in underneath the bodywork and zip tie it. Check engine light is gone, so they do need the dongle. All right, guys, that's all for now.